Hi, welcome. Geoff here from GCD Properties. Today's a short video on vacancy rates. So it's a bit of an industry standard that's used and why it is so important. So we're covering what is a vacancy rate and why is it so important. So a vacancy rate is the number of properties that are vacant compared to the market, the properties that are listed on the market. So for example, if we're quoting a vacancy rate of a particular suburb of 3%, that means there might be 100 properties listed for rent and about 3 are vacant. And that's considered, a very tight market. So anything below that is a very good figure. Anything starting to climb above, 5 to 6% is a bit of a concern in an area. That means you're probably going to struggle to find tenants. So the vacancy rates are based on every suburb and property type because they'll vary between a house and a unit, also depending on the suburbs, depending on what's going on in the area, how much demand, the growth, the new infrastructure going, etc. So just bear in mind that is a figure that's used per suburb, and it's very easy to Google the vacancy rate of any suburb in Australia. We should always ask the property manager if we're looking at property, if we're speaking to the property manager, what is the vacancy rate in the area, how long you're taking to find tenants for the other investor clients, and they should have their hand on the pulse and be able to know those numbers, off the top of the head, and pretty quickly give you a bit of an indication what that would be. So there's a few tips there that are really going to help maximise the occupancy rate on your investment property. And those will be always keep the property well maintained, whether you've got a tenant in or whether you're listing it for rent. A well presented property will always attract more tenants, and also it will tend to keep the tenants that are in your property longer, which is a good thing. Tip number 2 is always keep an eye on market rates. So what are the rental rates in the area? Are you on the right market, or are you above market rate or below that? If you're below, there might be potential to increase the rent. Or if you're listing the property and it's well above what the other comparable properties are in the area, you're probably going to struggle to rent that property. Tip number 3 is if you've got great tenants in place and they've been in for some period and they're really looking after the property, always think of maintaining them as a much more cost-effective solution than finding new tenants. So little incentives, whether it's a gift at Christmas or an annual thing or a garden tidy up every year to have the property well maintained and repair any maintenance issues, or keep your tenant on board, and it's a much more cost-effective way than sourcing new tenants. Tip number 4, professional photos go a long way in today's world. Most tenants we find that are applying for new properties find the properties online rather than visit the local real estate agent. That's just the trend, the way it is. And those photos first impressions are really critical. So we're finding that the properties that have professional photos really get the attention, especially if there's a few other properties in that market that you're competing with, they can really stand out. So if the property's vacant, maybe have some furniture imposed in the photos, clear photos that showing the rooms and the air, the light and brightness of the property really helps. So I hope those tips have helped our fellow investors finding a great tenants, and good luck with your investing, and thanks for watching.